Player A through 5 games, 13 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. Player B through the entire season, 28 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. And I'm talking about touchdown passes, by the way.
Yeah.
Player A is Joe Flacco. Player B is Baker Mayfield. How in the world did Joe Flacco win Comeback Player of the Year over Baker Mayfield?
Is it official?
Are you freaking...
Is it official that he did?
Official.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad. That's bad.
Are you freaking
That's
kidding
bad.
me? And
That's bad.
I do not want to hear this bull honky about, oh, well, Joe Flacco helped lead the Browns to the play. No, son, no. Joe Flacco took over for a team that was already winning with 1,000 quarterbacks. Meanwhile, Baker Mayfield quite literally played the entire season and was way more of a contributing factor to the Bucs making the playoffs than Joe Flacco was for the Browns. And like I said, I don't want to hear that nonsense about look at what Joe Flacco did. Look at what Joe Flacco did. And by the way, may I remind you, like I said, Baker Mayfield played the entire season. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought this was the Comeback Player of the Year award, not the Comeback Player of the 5 games award. And media members, may I remind you that you guys are the same people that thought that we were going to tank with Baker Mayfield. And yeah, I thought we were going to go 7-10, but 1, that still would not have been among the worst records. And 2, at the end of the day, I'm not a member of the media. So my vote doesn't matter. My vote doesn't count. Are y'all's egos seriously that hurt because Baker Mayfield shattered your narrative and proved you wrong? Because you guys are fools. You guys are gutless, you're frauds, and you have less integrity than a pack of swamp rats.
Tell them.
Wow. Tell them. Bums.
Oh, look, it's Flaming Dragon.
We had just talked about that.
Yeah,
before I went
it's a joke.
My
100% joke.
This to me, and I want to say this, I got a lot of respect for Joe Flacco. Mm-hmm. Joe Flacco's done wonders in the league. My biggest problem is obviously the amount of games played, right? It's impossible for you to try and convince me that Joe Flacco should have won the amount of games that he played compared to what Baker Mayfield did all year. But this really has vibes of when you're playing travel ball and the coach of the travel ball team is one of the kids' dads, and he gets to play shortstop, even though he's not really the best shortstop. This gives me like those type of vibes. Like it's personal. Like it's not about who really was the Comeback Player of the Year. It was about somebody pissed somebody else off and therefore didn't get it. I don't know what I don't know why people hate Baker as much as they do. It's weird. You talk about an underdog story, a guy coming out of nowhere, a walk-on in college. I mean, hell, at least Brock Purdy had a scholarship from Iowa State when he went there, started there. But it just numerically does not make sense to me. If you look at the journey throughout the season, it does not make sense to me. There's nothing in the playoff that separated Joe Flacco from Baker Mayfield where maybe you could make that argument. I don't know.
Is there a stipulation in the Comeback Player of the Year? Like, what qualifies you to win the award? Do you have to have been injured like the year before? Because I thought it was going to come down between Baker and Tua, because we're talking about Tua had got.
Well, I'm glad they didn't give it to DeMar Hamlin.
Or that's interesting too.
For playing special teams.
Here's the thing: if they get that fake punt with DeMar Hamlin and the Bills, do they give it to him?
I think they wanted to do everything they could.
Do you realize the Bills tried to make like the biggest story like in the history of the NFL? Guy dies, come back to life on the field. Next year, runs a fake punt in the playoff to help finally get the humps over. Sean McDermott was going for the J.K. Rowling story.
Newsflash, he didn't get it.
Yeah, he didn't, and now nobody talks about it anymore.
Glad he's still alive. Glad he's still playing.
Smokey Gator, man, great call. That sucks.
That was awesome, man. Thank you.
YouTube, what's up? Hey, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We got a live stream of the Super Bowl this Sunday. We're really excited about it. You can join us and watch it with us while we try to win some money on these bets. But make sure you hit that like button as well. Turn that notification bell on so you know when we drop content, which is like every 47 minutes.